So you probably heard the word interface before with Java. We're actually going to look at what that really means. This is an interface. It looks just like a class except for you see the word interface instead of class. This one is called switchable, and it has two definitions of methods here. An interface just has method signature definitions. There is no implementation details at all. We cannot provide them. It will give us an error. Interface methods cannot have a body. So then, what are they used for? Well, an interface is like a promise or contract. When you implement an interface, you make a promise that you will provide the implementation details for the methods described. In this case, if we were to sign the switchable contract, we would make a promise that we would have a turn on and turn off method. If we look over here at our light class, light extends device, implements switchable, and sure enough, we have a turn on and turn off method. If we didn't, we'd be breaking our contract and we would not be able to compile our code. So, why would we want to use an interface as opposed to an abstract class? Well, there's a couple reasons. The most powerful being that in Java, you can only extend one type of class. Java is a single inheritance, multiple interface language. So we can sign up for as many interfaces as we want, as long as, once we sign up for that contract, we actually provide the implementations that the contract told us we need to provide. So you may be wondering, what's the point? Well, let's take a look at our switch class. Our switch class has two methods, turn on switchable and turn off switchable. Because interfaces can be used as a type, we don't have to turn on switchable for fans, turn on switchable for lights, and turn on switchable for classes that we haven't even written yet. In fact, if we were to have that type of workflow, we would be constantly adding methods every time that we had something that polymorphed into something very similar. You can see the advantage here as well as a programmer in the sense that if I type thing, I don't see the fact that that's a fan or a light, but I see the fact that it is a switchable and have access only to the basic Java object methods and the methods that were defined in the interface. This allows me to reuse my code over and over again, knowing that if I were to put this particular type of code somewhere else at another point in time, when I didn't really have a fan or light, well, I could reuse it and know that as long as I implement that particular interface, my code will run. And now that you know how an interface works, you can use them to make your code more reliable, dependable, and honestly, write less code to get more of your implementation details to work.